Welcome back. Still tuned in to Salam Media, and this is Salam Media Highlights. We'll be getting a look into a very important story right now, well, at least a very concerning one, with the ongoing escalation of conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. The situation in Lebanon is becoming increasingly dire. In the last 24 hours, the heaviest wave of Israeli airstrikes has claimed the lives of over 182 people, with thousands more injured and displaced, many of them women and children. Entire communities are fleeing South Lebanon, seeking refuge in safer areas like the Bekaa Valley. The African Muslims Agency is on the ground, providing essential aid to those affected. In a bit, we'll be joined by Hussain Choonara, Regional Manager of African Muslims Agency, to give us first-hand insight into the humanitarian response and the urgent need of displaced families during this crisis. Hussain, assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for joining us. Always a pleasure having you on board.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, to you, Shalelo, and to all the listeners and viewers of Salam Media. We're coming to you live from Lebanon.
I think first and foremost, my team and I were watching the news. We're seeing some of the scenes coming out of Lebanon. If you can just start by, you're on the ground, giving us a brief overview of the current situation on the ground, especially in terms of the number of displaced people and some of the immediate challenges that they're facing.
Absolutely. Just today, Brother Shalelo, as you quite rightly said, news coming out of Lebanon. We've seen over the past few days attacks in the south of Lebanon as well as in Beirut. And today, hundreds of bombs being dropped, where many lost their lives, over 180 plus. That number rises as well. Many injured, but in total, more than 300,000 people now displaced. I was in the camps earlier, and as I was standing in the camps, I heard the explosions go off second by second, and there was an evacuation order given. And as I'm driving from the different through the mountains, you just see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cars, 4 kilometers, exiting the city, trying to reach safer areas as we speak.
Speaking of safer areas, we're watching live scenes right now on television. The situation seems very, very volatile. We're seeing airstrikes and bombardments continuing. How are you navigating all of these dangers and making sure that you're able to do your work on the ground and aid does reach those that need it the most?
Brother Serrero, over the past few days, the teams have been going to the different camps, assisting families, orphans, also getting ready for the opening of the Amman school that provides education to Palestinian and Syrian refugees. And as escalating today, we went to the shelter kitchen to prepare hot meals today to give out to those that are displaced. As I'm looking at the vehicles moving in the opposite direction of me, going to find shelter in the Bekaa Valley, and this is where the hot meals will be given out. And I was standing earlier on top of a mountain, and just in front of my eyes for a few kilometers, I could see the smoke billowing from the impacted sites. The wind is picking up. You realize that winter is about to set in this part of the world in a few weeks' time, which means many of the hundreds of thousands of people that are displaced in a few days' time will be requiring essentials such as baby milk, such as blankets, such as clothing, shelter, food, and many other items as well dignity kits, sanitary packs, and you can name them, because people now are displaced, leaving their homes, taking whatever they have and trying to find safer areas.
You mentioned the distribution of hot meals and the other very, very important essentials. Can you walk us through, the logistics of how AMA is able to coordinate aid in such what is seeming to be a very, very chaotic environment?
Alhamdulillah, only through the mercy of Allah and the generosity of donors, Brother Serrano, that we'll be able to continue the work on the ground right here in Lebanon. We have an office here, full-time staff that are based here permanently. We have been joining, our team from South Africa have joined our Lebanese teams here over the past couple of days, undertaking many projects such as Orphan Hope, sponsoring of orphan children, looking at preparing for the opening of the school, ensuring that many Palestinian and Syrian refugee children who are queuing up for education, that they are sponsored and enrolled at the school as well. And alhamdulillah, because we have a base here, we have remote teams in different areas that are able to assist and provide essentials at the hour of need. Alhamdulillah, through the networks that we have in the different localities, the warehousing, suppliers in each areas, infrastructure in the different areas. So as it happens, able to assist the people as they needed.
And I think it's this is not the first time that Lebanon is facing a situation like this, a catastrophe like the one that you are in right now. What are some of the lessons that you've learned from your previous work in Lebanon that you are looking into implementing right now in this current crisis?
Well, on two fronts, Brother Serena. One is, of course, to see to the hour of need. And right now, this is a time of war. People are being displaced. People need immediate food and shelter. But the other is to look at what is the what is the empowerment project? What is the sustainability for the people, not only of Lebanon, but for Gaza as well. And that effort that starts now to look at how we can provide education, provide empowerment, vocational skills to ensure that the people who are being displaced don't get left in refugee camps. So
Mm,
lessons learned from the past is to ensure that those who are being displaced now don't become permanently displaced, but rather, temporarily being assisted and now provided the opportunities for them to go back home and continue their lives in a dignified way, inshallah.
No, definitely. And just finally, for those of our listeners who want to help, they may feel powerless from, so far away. What's the most effective way that they can go about it to assist with this specific project?
Alhamdulillah, Brother Sarelo, Jazakallah to Salam Media for giving us the opportunity. The African Muslims Agency teams are in Lebanon right now in the different areas. I would encourage you, whatever is it you can do to donate towards, whether it is hot meals, diapers, baby formula, blankets. The needs will increase as the days go on. There was an order given in early hours for the people to evacuate because more bombs are expected. And I've seen hundreds of cars in the opposite direction of where I'm going to, trying to find safer areas. So please respond to go to Africa Muslims Agency's website, go to our offices and respond to the need of the hour. And that is for Gaza and for Lebanon, ultimately for humanity.
All right, there we have it, Hussain Choonara. We're going to leave it there. I can tell that you are in the middle of it. The cars are going the opposite direction, but you are seemingly heading into where the danger is. So let me not take much of your time. Jazakallah so much for giving us a bit of time, and hopefully you stay safe, and hopefully we'll catch up soon.
Jazakallah for having us. Allah bless you, reward you, protect the people of Gaza, Lebanon, and reward all the donors. Ameen.
I mean, that was Hussain Choonara, Africa Muslims Agency Regional Manager, coming to us live from Lebanon, where I think if you turn on your TV screens, newspapers, websites, social media, you can see very, very, very hard scenes coming out of there. Almost 182 people have been killed and thousands more have been injured and displaced. Almost more than 100,000 people seeking safety. And Hussain Choonara from Africa Muslims Agency right at the eye of the storm. We're going to leave it here for now. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up with him once things have, seemingly come down and there's some sense of normalcy in Lebanon.